Hi everyone, Linda here with you from Gunnut Lane Jewellery. I have another beautiful little link for you this week. I think it is anyway, I just think it's so interesting. Anyway, this is our link here. I've got a couple to show you there. It's kind of leaning on what I did in last week's one, using the two pieces of wire. Yeah, for some reason I'm just finding this very alluring, the look of these two wires together. I don't know, I just have these little things that happen sometimes. Anyway, that's so two roughly the same size, and I just wanted to show you a smaller one as well, so you can make, and you can make it even bigger if you wanted to. So if you'd like to learn how to make this link, then just stay with me. I'll get all my supplies together and we'll get going. So here I have two pieces of 20 gauge wire that I've cut at 18 centimeters, which is about 7 inches. This may be a little bit too much, but I always use my little bits of scrap wire for, you know, other things, making some, you know, like jump rings or something like that anyway, so I never have much waste. Okay, so we're just going to make sure our ends are even. We're going to, very much like last week's tutorial, we're going to get these going around, keeping them side by side. Just like this. I promised I'd try and get one more tutorial in before, we'll get one more tutorial made before I went away, so I thought I'd grab this opportunity. Okay, so I'm just going to bring the loop into roughly, you can make this as big, like as the link as big as you like. I'm just making a reasonably small one here. So I've got about, you know, that size of a loop going there. So I'm going to take these two wires over here, and I'm just going to bend those around this wire here, these two wires here, just like that. Okay, now I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to just grab a pair of pliers. I'm just going to flatten those down a little bit. Just do this gently. You don't want to go in there and squash it too hard. Just gently. Just take out some of that loop that was made by bending it around. Okay, so we've got that side. Then I'm going to come in with these two wires and bend those around till I get to about there. I'm going to grab a pair of pliers, grab onto that, and continue these around. Like that, till it's roughly the same size. It doesn't have to be exact unless you're, you know, a pedantic person. I find beauty when things aren't symmetrical. Okay, so I've got those two going, and I'm going to move these ones out of the way, bring these ones up and over, and I'm going to grab my pliers again, hold on to these two here. Now this is where you start having fun. You decide what you want to do with your wires. Excuse me. Excuse me. Yeah, this is the wrapping is all, you know, totally up to you, your artistic eye, your imagination. Oh, I should have held on to the other two. Okay, I'm just going to bring that around there. This one's ending. I don't know why this always happens to me on a tutorial. Things end up out of shape. I've just sat here and before starting to film this and made about 4 or 5 of these, and I didn't have this problem. It must be a what's the word I'm looking for? Come on, Linda, think of it. What do I want to say? I'll think of it. Okay, I'm cutting those two little tails off there. A production gremlin, that's what I wanted to say. Yeah, a production. As soon as you turn the camera on, the gremlin comes out. So I'm just going to tuck those tails down a little bit better. Okay, now I've got to get these wires straight here. Okay. All right, that's the first part of it. Now this is where you can wrap this any way you like, whatever you think looks nice when you start wrapping it. Stay around there, please. Don't give me a hard time. Okay. So whatever you think looks nice. So I've gone around once. Bring this up here. I don't know whether it's just my eyes that are making that look the way I'm looking at it, that it looks out of whack. Anyway, I'm just going to continue on anyway. Okay, now I think it might look nice if I come down over this way. And make sure, I was going to say, don't say make sure, feel free to use your pliers whenever you think you need to. Most of this can be done with just your fingers. And I like this bulk part in the middle. Now, if you don't like that bulk part, you can cut these wires off wherever you want. But that, to me, is just part of the design. I just want it to look like, what do I want? Not a bulky mess. That doesn't sound very nice. Just whimsical is the only word I can think of. All right, so now I'm just going to cut these two off here. I think my brain's gone into, oops, holiday mode already, and I haven't even left Australia yet. I'm hoping in Vietnam I might be able to pick up some nice beads. I don't know what the bead situation is over there. I know they're got a fairly high pearl trade over there, so hopefully I can maybe find some nice pearls at a good price. Yeah, this one's okay. I'm just looking at it now, and I wished I had have gone up and around a little bit more over the top of this here, but it doesn't matter. That's, you know, I can do that on the next one. This is just to give you an idea. What you do in the middle part there is up to you. Okay, I'll just grab my hammer and my bench block and rubber hammer, and I'm just going. And this is a fairly sturdy link as it is, and also too, if you have a tumbler, it's just going to harden it up even more. But if you don't have a tumbler, you can just harden it this way. Now this middle section here, don't go bashing it, you know, the Jesus out of it. Just give it little light taps. You're just locking things in and strengthening it up on both sides. Okay. So that side there is the front side, that side there's the back side, as you can see. Ooh, tuck that down a little bit more, he's popped up when I hammered. And you can tuck those in a bit more. Yeah, I think he's a lovely little link, that one. Just something different to what you've seen out there. I haven't put anything together yet because I haven't had time, but I'll just show you the little links. Now, some are bigger than others. Again, I don't mind things like that. I think that makes it more interesting. Make sure you got them up the right way when you know, putting them together. So you could make a beautiful chain or a bracelet with these, or earrings. So there's a few more I've got there. I hate doing it this way because I like to put things together to show you how I would do it. But anyway, that's it. If I get a little bit more time today, I shall add in, if I've done a little bit, like put a chain together or earrings or something like that, bracelet, whatever. If I get more time, I'll add that in. But as you can see, they're all different. Every single one. There's a little skinny one. There's that one's upside down. That's the right way around. You know, just to me, that's beautiful. That's interesting. It's, you know, all of that stuff. Anyway, as I said, if I get time, I'll insert here. Okay, so I didn't want to leave you guys in the lurch. I said if I found a bit of time, I would start putting a necklace together, a chain necklace together using the link that we're doing in this tutorial. So this is as far as I've got so far. So we've got African turquoise, and I really like this one. It's a very odd shaped little nuggety type bead there. Yeah, so I've got some of the links here. I've popped those in there. This chain here, I'll leave a link down the bottom for it. This is my bubble chain with a twist, which I show in the tutorial. Coming along here, some more. These are 6mm. So I've got some 6mm and 8mm beads, turquoise, African turquoise in there. And then this is a link that I did from last week's tutorial. So this is, I've just made it on a larger scale using four pieces of wire to get that link in there. So as you can see, it's not finished, but I just wanted to give you an idea of what, you know, what it would look like in a chain. As I said, you can use these for earrings, earring connectors, bracelet connectors, whatever you want. Anyway, as I said, I just promised I'd pop that in there. So get back to the rest of the video now. So Facebook group down the bottom, I'll leave a link down in the description if you'd like to join that. It's a free to join. It's a safe group. There's questions that you need to answer, and also group rules you need to agree to be allowed in. If you don't answer the questions and agree to the group rules, I will send you a message saying why I declined your application. I'm doing that to keep it a very safe group, so we don't have scammers and bots and, you know, people trying to sell you things and stuff like that. Just to keep it a really safe group where people can show their work, post their work up there for everybody to see, everybody to get inspiration, you know, all of that sort of stuff. So if you'd like to join, I'll leave a link down the bottom for that. Okay, I think that's all I've got to say, and I shall see you all when I get back from Vietnam. It'll be after this video, roughly 2 weeks before I put out another tutorial. So anyway, yep, I'll see you guys all when I get back. Have a good one, stay safe, and go out there and make something beautiful. Bye.